Bringing you another Fletch Talks video, and in this video it's going to centre around the transfer window. Yes, transfer talk is back because the opening of the transfer window is today. So I thought, why not get this video back together? Why not put all of the biggest deals that have gone on, some of the biggest rumours, all together in one place to make a video. So without further ado, let's begin. We're going to start with German giants Bayern Munich, who are reportedly interested in Norwich City's Max Aarons. Aarons is reportedly a target for Bayern Munich, as the German club are said to be looking for a young right back to back up and then challenge current right back Benjamin Pavard. It's being said an initial £20 million will be put on the table by the German club. Aarons, of course, was part of the Norwich team that went down this season from the Premier League, but was a bright spark in an otherwise unfortunate and dismal season for the Canaries, with some decent performances on a big stage for a 20-year-old. Could he be another young English talent heading to Germany to play his football? Whatever happens, we certainly haven't heard the last of Max Aarons during this transfer window. For our next story, we switch to French club Lille, who have reportedly agreed personal terms with Rangers forward Alfredo Morelos over a move to the French club. As seems to be the sort of norm going forward now with transfers, personal terms have been agreed here between the Colombian striker and Lille, and now that all that remains is for a fee to be agreed between his current club Rangers and the French club, rather than it normally be the other way around. Morelos has picked up a bit of a reputation in Scottish football, not just for his goal scoring, where he scored 77 goals in 137 Rangers appearances, but also for his explosive personality. Often frustration can get the better of him, and he sometimes does lash out, especially in some big games. A decent move away for the striker though, and it could be a very good deal for Steven Gerrard and Rangers should a big fee be met. Rangers' attacking options do seem limited, and maybe sacrificing a star asset may grant them the funds to strengthen in that area, with both quality and quantity. For our next story, we're moving back to the Premier League, and it's Chelsea who are the subject, as they are very keen to re-sign Willian, according to reports today. The 31-year-old's contract was set to expire at the end of this season, but it's being said that the Blues have tabled a 2-year contract to the Brazilian winger. Man United and Barcelona were both reportedly interested in signing the Brazilian beforehand, but it does seem that Chelsea are now the favourites to re-sign the 31-year-old Brazilian. The issue I have with this is that maybe with the signing of Ziyech, the progression of Christian Pulisic and the prospect of Callum Hudson-Odoi, maybe playing time will be reduced for him. So it'll be interesting to see how Frank Lampard going forward manages to balance out having these four wingers and Mason Mount, if you can kind of call him a winger, on his team. So be interesting to see how this turns out. Our next story centres around Croatian defender Dejan Lovren, who today has officially signed for Zenit St. Petersburg from champions Liverpool. It was reported last week that a fee of around £11 million had been agreed between Liverpool and the Russian club, and today his 6-year stay with the Anfield club has come to an end. As a Liverpool fan myself, it's sad that his career wasn't as clean and as exceptional as it could have been. I don't think he was certainly a bad player. It's just that when he played poorly, it certainly stood head and shoulders above everyone and everything else that was going on around him. But of course, we will always have that winning goal that he scored against Borussia Dortmund in the Europa League to remember him by. Our penultimate story is a very interesting one, as reports came out yesterday that Harvey Barnes has allegedly attracted the interest of Premier League champions Liverpool. Barnes began making a real impression in the Premier League when he broke into the Leicester first team a year and a half ago. And of course this season he's had a decent campaign as well with Leicester, scoring 6 goals, assisting 8 times in 36 appearances. It's alleged that Klopp likes his energy, his work rate and his pressing game, all things that Klopp looks for in a player. And it is being said that Leicester would demand a pretty hefty fee should this move go through. It'll be interesting to see if anything does materialise from this, or whether this is all just paper talk. And our final story sticks with the Liverpool theme of sorts, and I know it's a pretty old story from a couple of days ago, but I thought it was relevant to put something in here about it, and that is, of course, Adam Lallana is reportedly very close to joining Brighton. The move began a few days ago, and I think today he's gone for his medical. Of course, the 32-year-old left Liverpool at the end of the season following his contract expiring and is now classed as a free agent. It's been reported that despite a lot of interest, particularly from Premier League clubs, with the most notable being Leicester, it's said that Brighton are very close to snapping up his signature. Lallana had made 172 appearances for Liverpool over his 6-year stay with the club, obviously helping the Reds to their recent Champions League and Premier League successes, scoring and assisting 22 times each. And to be honest, I believe he'll be an excellent addition to Brighton, providing that he can stay fit and healthy. He's a very gifted technical player, a creative midfielder, and let's not forget, he was one member of the original Liverpool squad that when Jurgen Klopp first took over with the Reds, laid the foundations for the Germans' counter-pressing style of play. But due to injuries, he just found himself slipping further down the Liverpool hierarchy of midfielders as time progressed. Nevertheless, should this move officially go through, Brighton have already begun preparations for next season and have a great new addition to their side in one Adam Lallana. But of course, these are just the thoughts and opinions of one man from the stories given. So I want to know what you guys think. What do you guys think of these stories? Where do you think these players will end up over the season? What do you think of the move for Lovren and Lallana? Do you think they're good moves? I want to know your thoughts, comments, opinions down in the comments section below. Otherwise, hit that like button on the way out if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new or want to see more content like this. Both things will be greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch. This has been another Transfer Talks video. And I will see and speak with you all again soon in another video.